I can see the stars align, dance around the moon every night. And now my eyes are open wide, and the sky has never looked so bright. And I don't need to see the road to believe, yeah. 'Cause this is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, it's all around us. And I feel the magic, it's all around us. There's wonder on this winding road in front of me, yeah. 'Cause I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, it's all around us. And I feel the
Oh, truly some weeks. Good evening, everyone. How are we? And welcome to this week's Soul and Beyond. For everyone that came in last night and was waiting so patiently, thank you very much. My sincere apologies for that glitch. But here we are tonight, Tuesday night. For those of you who are new, I'm Gwenda, your host of Soul and Beyond, a mystic, clairvoyant, healer, seer, witch, scryer, magician, alchemist. Oh, I don't know. The words, the titles, whatever. So really I can be whatever you would like me to be in any given moment. Good evening, Mandy. I think that might have been your hello from last night. Or were you back tonight? Kristen, hi. Lisa, Kat Gray, Karen Mack, and Michelle Foster. Good evening, everyone. Those of you who see the posts and know the new excitement that was introduced by way of a burst of guidance for the first 5 people who register. Why do we have to register? Well, one, I like to know who is, that's great, Mandy, who is going to be joining me. 2, so that I know who the burst of guidance can be given to. And 3, so that we keep our show authentic. Authenticity means a lot to me, as does sincerity, honesty, integrity. So on this platform, coming through via StreamYard means that I'm able to uphold those things. What about you? What kind of characteristics, strengths are important to you? And also, to receive your burst of guidance, you must stay for the show. So if you bail early, then the next person in the line takes your spot. Totally up to you. So who did we have this week hot off Hot off the floor was Lisa, followed by Michelle, by Karen, by Mandy, and by Jackie, whom I haven't seen come in yet. So if Jackie doesn't arrive shortly, then Kat Gray, you will be receiving a burst of guidance. Why, thank you very much, Kat. Must be the special lighting. The special lighting, it's not really, you know. It is because of the work I was doing before and the messages that I received, that divine messengers, the angelic realm, have put in front of me to go forward with. And it's really very exciting. And I'm still kind of buzzing with that. So, a few things to share with you tonight. And I'm hoping that the rest of our people that registered will come in so that you can really embrace these messages. Oh, that's beautiful, Kat Gray. Thank you. Angelic energy, it tends to do that. So I will give you a little bit of what I was watching, what I was seeing, being shown, and feeling during my time of sitting with the divine messengers and with what some may say is spirit. Was watching a beautiful sacred flame, is what it was called, right in the center of my physical self, but it was sitting in my essence, the energy of what drives this physical body. And that sacred flame had such an amazing feeling to it. And I just wanted to immerse myself right into it. It was simply beautiful. And then I was asked to see the heart of Christ, the Christ consciousness, Jesus Christ. Why have I put that all into one? Because that's how it was put to me. So seeing that flame then come into union or unite with the sacred heart of the Christ consciousness was exceptional. And I would say, Kat, that's why you see a glow. Could be the green, Lisa, could be, but the sensation from that sacred flame was really beautiful, and the messages that I received with that. Now, when I was stepping into getting the burst of guidance, a little introduction of what they were going to give to each of you, something that came through was about memories. And they were saying that memories are forever in this lifetime. Did you get that? Memories are forever in this lifetime. So when we think forever, people think beyond this lifetime, when in fact what the message was tonight was that forever is the forever of this lifetime. Memories go on in family lineages, in ancestral lines. So in that case, we can say the memories of forever in those lines, in those lineages. Living is for now. So the question is, how often do you find yourself sitting in the space of memories, and what that brings up for you, what feelings that brings up for you, versus living in the now, the right now? Most times we will go to a memory of something or someone that lifts our heart. If you tend to be more on a lesser frequency, a lesser vibration, you will go to times that take you down and that hold you in that memory of the past. What if the past, present, and future were all at once? What if our past, present, and future were right now? Seems really weird, doesn't it? But when you think about it, that's exactly what we do. In this right now, this moment, I can be right now here with you, but somewhere in my mind is extrapolating a memory and taking part of my focus to that memory. And then there is the other part that is projecting forward. So in this now moment, I can actually be in the 3 different facets of my life: past, present, future. The trick is, which one do I wish to follow? Which one is going to lead me to the path of my future that is the best of my highest self? And how do we get to do that? How do we get to discern that? Awareness. Awareness of our thoughts, our words, our consciousness. Awareness of where we are paying our attention to. And what of that is bringing us to either a place of joy, peace, harmony, or a place of fear, pain, rejection, abandonment, anger, stuckness. Stuckness is a thing with people at the moment, as is being caught in the past. The people that I've been seeing over this last... cool cat, glad to be of service. The people that I've been seeing in this past week and talking to are very much in a stuckness. They feel stuck. But when I get talking to them, we have that whole combobulation of past, present, future, and they cannot make their way out of any of the phases, any of the aspects. So it creates a stuckness. It can also create a sense of being very lost, very lost. So there are different teachings around that say how we are a multidimensional being, meaning that we are in many different dimensions all at once. And that can really spin your head off your shoulders. It's like, I'm having enough trouble living in this realm, let alone thinking, what am I doing out in other dimensions? But the fact is, if you shift the words and you look at them through a different lens, the past is a different dimension. It is a different version of you. The present is a different dimension to the past. It is a different version of you to one of the past. And the future that you're longing for is a different dimension, and you yourself are a different version of yourself. How's your heads going? Are they spinning around a little bit? So not to get caught up in all of the blurb about it, what I'm asking you to do is become more aware of where you are placing your focus. Are you sitting in a lot of memories? And if you are, what are those memories bringing to you? And how can those memories be of service to you in the future or even right now? If a memory that you're sitting in right now is not serving you right now, then you need to move out of it and you need to let go of it. When people have been traumatized, PTSD, that is because the trauma that they have experienced has not been released from any of their energy field and their physical body. So no matter what they do, there is this cord attached to the experience that took place in the past, and it's holding them there. I could break it down to healing the central nervous system or the nervous system, breaking it down to healing the mental body, the mental field. But the fact is, for those of you who know how I work, it's the whole picture. I don't nitpick it and take it apart. It's the whole picture. So I saw a young man today who contacted me and said that he was having a lot of mental anguish and really needed help. I got my trusty notebook out and found that I'd seen him over a year ago. And I breezed over those notes. Thought, I wonder if they have anything to do with why he's coming now. So we got chatting, and, a very typical response, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. I just want peace from the noise. What's the noise? Oh, I don't know. I just want peace from the noise. You don't know, but you can tell me that there's noise. So I went through some different practices with him right there and then said, what is the noise? Anger, guilt. And who is that relevant to? And he told me. And then he said, oh, I thought I had all that sorted after I saw you last time. But I see today it's not. And I said, no, you only sorted the part of those experiences that you were ready to sort. So this brings me to healing, because that's essentially what he's needing to do. You will only ever heal something, anything, to the point that you are ready to heal it. And in brackets, I'm going to say to let it go. So whatever it is that is holding you back, and he described feeling like he had big chains around his ankles and that he was being dragged down. Well, the past will do that to you, especially when it is fueled with feelings like guilt and anger. And he had a great question. He said, do you think that guilt is a bigger feeling than anger, or is anger bigger than guilt? My reply was, guilt has got many layers to it and many things woven into it, whereas anger is straight up fire energy, fury, different. So when you look at your life and you're thinking that things just don't seem to be getting better, it's really worth having a look at whether you are sitting in the past in most of your thinking, calling up the past. You could even be yearning for a time of your past that you think was really, really good. So you could be calling that in. But you would have to ask yourself, what is so good about then that is not now? And then if you are hankering for the future because you believe that things are going to be so much better in the future, then again you would have to come back to the present and ask yourself, how can I get to the future if I'm like this now? Because you can't get anywhere when you are stuck and when you are lost, when you are forlorning and pining. Hi, Tanya. Welcome. Better late than never, darling. So this business of multidimensional and past, present, future, it really is all about the now. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty cool. And that memories are forever, but living is for right now. So if you're going to be putting all your energy into memory, then you can't be living in the now. How's that sit with everyone? True, Tanya, true. The other thing that I wanted to share with you tonight is in some of my writings of recent, I have been using the word intentional meditation and also conscious meditation. And the funny thing about writing, thinking, having an idea, or speaking it out is all of a sudden, there it is all over the place. It's like you never see a pink polka dotted car until you buy one or you talk about it, and then they seem to be everywhere. So intentional meditation, the people that I have mentioned it to have said, what's that? So that tells me that it's not yet being grabbed a hold of and used everywhere. So I should put a little TM on it, a trademark. But a lady who has been in the healing world for a long time was talking to me today, and she said, well, healing is a process, right? And I said, not really. And then I thought, oh, and she said, what do you mean not really? And I said, well, it can be a process, but it doesn't have to be. It comes down to your intention. It comes down to where you are stuck. It also comes down to your beliefs. Too much, she said, too much. Mm-hmm. And that explains why you're where you're at. And then she explained that she's been doing a lot of the things that she knows how to use to heal. And one of those that she said was meditation. So many people will share with me that they do meditation regularly. And what came to mind was a gentleman that fronted to me many, many years ago, very sick. And he said, I just don't know why I'm not getting better, and the doctors don't know why I'm not getting better. So I spoke to him about how he was feeling and what were his ideas, concepts on healing, what would be better for him. And he talked about it for a bit. But in among that, he dropped that he had been doing transcendental meditation for 20 years. Then he said, oh, no, actually, it's more than 20 years. And me being me, I said, more, 20 years of transcendental meditation. So why are you sick? It kind of went over like a lead balloon. But, you know, I'm the no fluff girl. If someone wants to tell me that they do Reiki, they get Reiki every week, that they meditate every day, that they journal, they pray, and they front up to me very, very sick or very lost in their life, then I have to say, well, why? If you are bringing these practices into your life as regularly as you say, why are you in front of me and so sick? So very unwell, and none of them can answer. When I was asked today, what is intentional meditation? Remember TM. Intentional meditation is different to I do meditation. Anyone can sit and go into a place of stillness, or just sit and observe their thoughts, sit and focus on the breath, sit and see abundance, whatever that means to them, see abundance coming in. Anyone can do that. Everyone can do that. And then what? Where do you go with that? How do you expand? How do you grow? How do you become embodied in that energy. You can't and you won't until you understand the intention of what you're doing. So if you want to make yourself well through meditation, for a start, you have to believe that you can be, and your beliefs have to be explicitly in alignment with what you're saying from your heart and from your sacred flame. Because if they're not, then you can do Reiki, you can journal, you can pray, you can do meditation, you can knit, you can crochet, all you like, and you're not going to heal. Simple fact. If you wanted to manifest, bring in abundance in whatever that means for you, and you put into practice, like I'm going to write about it. I'm going to write 10 times what I want and what I'm going to manifest, and I'm going to pray on it, and I'm going to put a $2 coin in my purse because it's about money. So I'm going to put $2 coin and I'm going to feel that and say it's going to multiply. And I'm going to meditate on it every day. And a year later, you're no better off than you were when you started. Why? Because you did not intentionally use your meditation practice to line up with what it is that you say you want to bring into your life, or you say you want to, manifest, bring in, or heal. I'll let you think about that for a moment while I read some of the comments before they run away. I'd like to also say hello to Jane and John, who are watching on another station. It must be YouTube, but you were in the chat on the Watch Live. So hello and welcome. Yes, Tanya, and make it happen. That's right. Yes, Mandy, ain't that the truth? So, Karen, after last week's talk of watching your thoughts, this week's talk is so relevant. I caught my thoughts out about past, worries of the present, and concern about the future. Bit of tricks to the mind. Oh, that's a perfect word for the mind, Karen. It certainly is. It is the master of trickery. Absolutely. And it's something I talked about to the young man that I saw. So intentional meditation means you need to understand how to not only understand, but have very good awareness of how to work with energy and how to direct your energy in meditation. So meditation can be simply about sitting there like zoning out. I just want to step out of the day and I'm just going to zone out. That's perfectly fine. You can have a meditation like that, but don't expect to get the love in your life, the peace in your life, the harmony, the abundance, because that's not any of what you said when you wanted to meditate, right? You said you just wanted to zone out, step out of it all, get peace, harmony. So that's what you'll get. Reap what you sow. Right? And that's how it works. So intentional meditation is really, really the greatest gift you can give to yourself. First of all, you need to understand how to work with energy and being very, very grounded. And that leads me to talk about a lady that I met who is a fellow reader, and she said, I really get some very strange symbols around you, and she said, my mind cannot explain them. And she said, I see you putting your hand through the veil, and yet you're so grounded. Well, I don't only put my hand through the veil. I step through the veil, many veils. Do I need to have intentional meditation with that, or do I need to have intention with that? Too right, I do. I need to know what I'm doing there and what it is that I want to bring to that space or bring back from that space. Just as you do if you want to use meditation to improve your life and improve your health. Many years ago, again, a lady found me. She couldn't explain how she found me. And she had been involved with, I want to say a cult, but something similar. She'd been involved, and there was monks involved as well, for some incredible length of time, something like 23 years. And she would not hear of other approaches. So I asked her why she had come to me, and she said because she had cancer. And again, I was extremely perplexed and said to her, so you have been working with this quantum field, this quantum energy, quantum healing, monastery, monks, all sorts, and you have cancer. And she said, yeah. So what it turns out, in every single person that presents to me in that way, is they are not embodying, believing, having faith in any of the practices that are put forward to them in any of these situations. A young nephew on my husband's side of the family attended a Vipassana 10-day retreat, silent Vipassana. And he was telling us about the incredible experience he had in one of the meditations, but only the day before or 2 days before, he said he would have done anything to get out of there. He wanted to jump over the fence. He wanted to leave, but something held him there. He said he was really, really finding it difficult. And then, lo and behold, on that particular day, a couple of days later, he went into the practice, because you don't speak at all at one of these 10-day sabbatical retreats. You eat, you meditate, you sleep. That's it. And if you are caught speaking, you are kicked out, basically. So he stuck it out, and then he had these incredible experiences in meditation, and he was telling me about them, and I was so excited for him. And I said, are you going to continue with that? Because he said it's just changed his life, because it's changed his awareness of what we call life. So I asked him, would he continue to grow with that, to expand on it, and really, make it the way that his life evolves? Oh, yes, because he was fairly fresh out of the 10 days when I saw him. Well, I saw him a couple of months ago, and no, he's not. He's like, no, I know I've got to go back to it, but, I just haven't. And that's where I always come to a halt and think, how can you experience something so incredible? How can you demand that you heal, or you be rich, or you be happy? And then when you have these amazing experiences, life gets busy, life gets in the way. Oh, I haven't made time for it. How come? What is that about? It's bizarre, hey? It's human nature. That's what it's about. The failings of the human experience. But I'm hearing loud and clear, no, it is the willingness to use your free will. Okay, the willingness to use your free will. Amazing. It's that free will. Yep, it's a gift and it's also a trap. How do you determine free will, soul? Free will, soul. Interesting, hey? Pretty cool. So let's have a look at the bursts of guidance for you for this evening. And then feel free to be writing your comments so that I can see what you think, what you've taken from this evening after we do these bursts of guidance. So Lisa, are you still here? Lisa Murray. Michelle Foster, are you still here? Karen Mack, you were the last comment, so I'm assuming that you're still here. Mandy and Kat. Please let me know that you are here with me. Just a yes is fine. Or a big hug's even better. Thanks, Kat. Cool. Andy. Thank you, Karen Matt. Trust, believe, acceptance, and balance. Yes, Mandy. So true. Thank you, Michelle. You're there. Fabulous. And Lisa. Okay, so Lisa, your burst of guidance is about bones. And I was like, bones. Can I have a little bit more information on that, please? Bones. So bones are the structure. We say, we'll take that down to the bones or the bones of that. The bones within the human body are what allow us to move around. They are our support system, all of that. Lisa, what they're asking you is to look at what are the bones of your life, not anybody else's. What are the bones of your life? What is the structures that hold your life together, that create the picture of your life? So, Lisa, a little bit of work for you to do there. What are the bones of your life? The reason for that is that bones give structure. They allow for things to be held together. So for you, what are the bones of your life? And it's going to be, if you really sit with that, Lisa, it's going to be quite an exciting journey. It'll also show you where tonight's talk on being past, present, future is very relevant to the bones, the structure of your life. Michelle Foster, they're asking, you've done some clean out, but they're saying about a clean out, a clear out of your house and your garden. And there's a new space to be created in your garden. But within the home, they're asking that you shift rooms around, that you actually shift furniture right around, move things out, clear out clutter, change drawers, move things around. This is fabulous for energy, fabulous. And it's also to go with the new energy that you have been stepping into, that you've come into recently. Karen Mack, work on yourself from within. Funny, I was talking about a sacred flame. Work on yourself from within. Now, you're in the School of Wesh, so there are all the practices and the tools on how to do that. What kind of things can you use to work on yourself from within? And then work in the context of working, like going to work. There's a change coming, and it's coming to you in springtime, a very nice change. It is going to begin because you are asked about doing some voluntary work, or you put yourself forward for some voluntary work, but it ends up being a paid job opens as a result of that voluntary work. Yes, it does, Michelle. It felt really good too as I was receiving that. So Karen Mack, work on yourself from within, and there is some work coming for you, paid work in springtime. Mandy, second guessing yourself, being in a hamster wheel and repeating experiences. It's time to use the words, I set myself free. I set myself free. That's to be your little mantra, Mandy. I set myself free. The image of the hamster wheel and your repeated experiences has gone on for a long time. A long time. In fact, more than just this lifetime. So I set myself free. Enjoy that, Mandy. And also use the mirror practice, Mandy, of saying that, looking into your eyes as you look into a mirror and saying that. Can place your hand over your heart and one over your center of power, over your abdomen, and say it. I set myself free. You don't need to say from what or worry about from what. Your soul will do the rest. And then Cat Gray, there's a lovely Kundalini kind of energy that's flowing up and around and back down your spine. Now, I'm not saying that you're having a Kundalini experience. The word Kundalini is being used because that's the powerfulness of this energy that is moving up and around and down your spine. And they're saying that there is a new modality coming for you. So there's some new study for you to embark upon, Cat Gray, where you can step into having yet another string to your bow and be able to use it. And this one is going to really fire up some fantastic fiery energy of the phoenix. So Cat Gray, a new modality for you to step into coming your way. So there you have it, ladies, your the five of you, your burst of guidance. Oh, that's beautiful, Mandy. Beautiful. And yes, when you use it in the mirror, you'll find that it really has a different resonance again, and really beautiful. And it's my pleasure. My pleasure. So having a look at how you work with your words, how you work with your intentions. It's a pleasure, Kat. Yes, it did also feel very, very good, very exciting new modality for you. 4 years, Kat. 4 years. You've been around and around, gone back on yourself for 4 years. Pleasure, Michelle. Pleasure, Lisa. Have fun with that, Michelle. Really make that an exciting experiment, Michelle. And Lisa, really look forward to hearing what you find about what are the bones of your life. So next Tuesday, oh, Michelle, 26 today. Can anyone tell me if next Tuesday is the first Tuesday of the month? We have to have a look at that. keep your eye out for the links, for the notifications for Soul and Beyond. I'm delighted to sit with you every week, except for the weeks where we have the mastermind class in the Spiritual School of H.E.A.L. And we've got some pretty cool things coming up. We bought, oh, it is, Michelle? Thank you. Bought a new lounge suite today. Well, would you look at that? They're asking for Michelle to do a clean out, a clear out, house and garden, and she's bought a new lounge suite. Perfect. Oh, it is? Okay. So I will not be here next Tuesday because I will be facilitating the masterclass in the Spiritual School of H.E.A.L. And that is always an exciting time. So I will be back the following Tuesday for everyone for Soul and Beyond. If you see that the day has swung across to the Monday, please know that it's the Tuesday. I'll let you know if it's going to be a different day. And what else can I tell you? Michelle has asked if I would go to Victoria, to Melbourne, and run a day retreat. So if anyone's interested in that, then please do give me a shout. Let me know. I am looking into it, see what I can do. And then, of course, I will be up in the Gold Coast and in Brisbane in October and November. So we'll see what that holds for everyone. So for everyone watching now, thank you very much. It's been a delight to be with you. And for everyone that watches the replay, thank you very much. And please remember to leave your comments so that I can connect with you and find our way back to what it is you have to say. Okay, Kristen, thank you. Terrific, terrific. Awesome. So everyone, have yourselves a magical evening. Enjoy the messages. Let them flow through every part of you and enjoy your life right now.